Hello friends, welcome to the world of Lean Six Sigma. I am your coach and mentor Mohit Sharma. In my previous video, I have shown you NPS improvement case study, and some of you have asked me that what all hypothesis tests can be done in that particular case study. In today's video, I will talk about what all are the hypothesis tests that can be done while improving the NPS, which is Net Promoter Score. Net Promoter Score percentage can be calculated with number of promoters minus number of detractors divided by total number of respondents into 100. As we have seen the example in which we have said that 70 are the number of total responses as promoters, 20 are the responses as passives, and 10 are the responses as detractors. So the NPS percentage was 70 minus 10 divided by 100 and multiply the entire thing by 100, we will get 60%. If you see, the passives are not considered in the formula. So this is how the NPS percentage is calculated. And then we looked at a case study in which we have seen that in an automotive major company, their NPS score was low for last 2 years. Their NPS score was 53% and 54% respectively, and they wanted to increase it to 65%. So for that, the company created a project charter. In the project charter, they defined all the 6 elements: business case, problem statement, goal statements, milestones, and team charter. And then they defined the army chart and communication plan. In the major phase, they created cause and effect diagram and identified all the major causes. And then they created a data collection plan in which they identified which all are the axes on which the data can be collected. In today's video, I'll show you the hypothesis test that we have performed on this data in this particular case study. So we have collected data on 3 axes. Like the first one is multiple visits for same issue. Second one is service or repair TAT, missed or not missed. And the third one is the billing issue. Is there a billing issue or no billing issue? Our Y was discrete and had 3 variables. One is detractors, the second one is neutral, and the third one is promoter. And then we tested these 3 axes with our Y. We have chosen chi-square test for this because when our Y is discrete and our X is discrete, we do chi-square test. So how will we perform chi-square test? We will first go to stat. Under stat, we will go to tables, and in tables, we will go to chi-square test for association. The first thing we will select is summarize data in two-way table. And then we will have columns containing the table. Here we will select multiple visits for the same issue and problem resolved in one visit together in one go. And in the rows, we select C1 and click OK. So this is how the result will look like. You scroll down. Here you see the chi-square test p-value is 0.00, which is less than 0.05, which suggests that it is a significant X. If you look at the results, the system is expecting us to do 22.5 defects, but we are doing 80 defects. If we identify all the faults in the car in one go, then the multiple visits are not required, and hence the number of detractors could go down. So the second X is service or repair turnaround time. So for that, we will go to stat, tables, and chi-square test for association. Columns containing the table, you select service repair TAT, missed or not missed, and then on time delivery in the second one together. C1 is selected already and you click OK. When you go down, the p-value of this test also indicates that it is a significant X. We are expected to have 16.58 detractors, but we have 60 detractors for this particular X. So if we improve the service and the repair TAT, we are definitely going to reduce these number of detractors. And now the third X, which is the billing issue. Billing issue yes or billing issue no is the X. For that, we will go to stat, tables, chi-square test for association, and click OK. Columns containing the table, we will select billing issue and no billing issue together. And in rows, C1 is already selected and we will click OK. the p-value of 0.000 indicates that it is less than 0.05 and it is a significant X. Now if you go up and look at the billing issues, and the detractors should be 19.02, but we are having 40. So if we reduce the billing issues, our detractor rate will also go down. So friends, this is how we have performed hypothesis test during the NPS case study. So the net promoter score for this particular case study was calculated. Total number of responses were 400, promoters were 300, neutrals were 12, detractors were 88, and hence the net promoter score came out to be 53%. Post that, the significant X's which were already highlighted through chi-square test, we performed 5i analysis and found out the solutions. We had high service stat. Why we had high service stat? Because we had less staff. Why we had less staff? Because the forecasting of the workload is not done properly. And why it is not done properly? Because the forecasting model is not forward looking. Then the solution that has been decided is to create a forecasting model which is forward looking. Let us also consider multiple visits. So why they had multiple visits? Because the defects are not identified in the first go. And why they were not identified? Because the repair engineers, they are not trained properly. And why they were not trained properly? Because there was no periodic trainings which were happening on the new cars or the new models which are being launched. So the solution that has been identified is to provide periodic trainings on the new cars which have been launched. The solutions were then implemented through 4Ws and 1H. Some of the solutions identified were change forecasting model. Number 2 was stock high demand parts in the local warehouse. Number 3 was upgrade software and the servers. Number 4 was to provide training to the floor engineers so that they can identify the faults in the machines in the first go. All of these solutions were then implemented. So before and after project, before project the NPS percentage was 53%, which was improved to 78% when they checked the 100 more responses after implementing all the solutions. And in the end, the control plan was created to control the improved state, in which the frequency of check and checked by were added so that the entire process remains in control. So the intention of me talking about this case study again was to show you how hypothesis testing was performed in this particular case study on the axis which we have identified already. So friends, I hope you would have liked this video. If you really like this video, please give it a thumbs up and share this video with your friends. I will see you in my next video pretty soon. Till then, take care. Bye bye.